Another video, so it looked like the NBA and the WNBA has launched an internal investigation into the league.
The NBA and WNBA have officially launched a massive internal investigation, and it's got everyone on edge. This isn't about bad calls or missed fouls anymore. This time, it's way bigger. We're talking injury reports, betting activity, and how Caitlin Clark was treated all season long. Leaked memos just went out to all 30 teams, and the fallout could be huge. This probe might uncover corruption deeper than anyone ever imagined.
Wait, I am here to tell you, it's about to go down for real because the NBA has launched an internal investigation into the league. And boy, oh boy.
Behind the bright lights of the NBA and WNBA lies a world most fans never see. And today we're diving straight into it. The biggest scandal to rock professional basketball in decades. A scandal so serious, it could land people behind bars and change both leagues forever. It all began with sketchy injury reports and whispers about betting irregularities that finally forced the league to launch a full-blown investigation.
I'm telling you, bro, this investigation is about to catapult into something major. And I keep telling y'all this, and I have to retell y'all this. The WNBA is going to be violated sooner rather than later over the civil rights and the treatment of Caitlin Clark.
Picture this. Star players mysteriously getting injured, vague medical updates that come days late, and a pattern of favoritism that just doesn't add up. For months, fans have been compiling clips, sharing theories, and demanding answers. And now, the truth is starting to surface. The NBA has officially opened an internal investigation, and the WNBA is about to face scrutiny like it's never seen before.
Caitlin Clark, yes, she was targeted, similar to bounty. That's what I truly believe. I believe Caitlin Clark had a bounty on her. Had to have, bro. The way these players was attacking her, the way the referees was not calling certain fouls against certain players, throwing them out of the game, it's looking very bounty-ish.
The memo that went out to all 30 NBA teams is absolutely insane. ESPN reportedly got their hands on it, and what's inside is just as serious as everyone feared. The league is officially reviewing everything: injury reporting, training procedures, staff education, and even new monitoring systems designed to detect suspicious betting activity. But here's the key part: this isn't just about one isolated incident. The NBA is building an entire network to track patterns of corruption across the league and its affiliate organizations. And when they say affiliate organizations, they're talking about the WNBA. If you watched the W this past season, you already know why that's a massive problem. Injuries were out of control. Star players were missing games left and right. Injury reports were vague, inconsistent, and often late. And at the center of all that chaos was Caitlin Clark. Clark's treatment this season was unlike anything women's basketball has ever seen. The physicality she faced wasn't competitive. It was targeted. She got elbowed, body-checked, poked in the eye, and knocked to the floor repeatedly, and somehow refs barely blew the whistle. Fans started making viral compilations of the double standard in officiating, asking, why is this being allowed to happen? But it gets worse. When you dig into betting markets around WNBA games, strange patterns start to emerge. Heavy betting would suddenly pour in on Clark's unders, right before games where she'd get injured or play limited minutes. That's not random. That's insider information. That's manipulation. The NBA memo even references the Terry Rozier case from March 2023, where suspicious betting appeared around a game he mysteriously barely played. And the league admits there's probably way more corruption that hasn't been caught yet. That's a shocking confession coming straight from the top. IT also specifically calls out prop bets, those wagers on individual stats like points, assists, or rebounds, saying they need additional scrutiny. Why? Because prop bets are incredibly easy to manipulate. You don't need to fix a game, just one player's performance. And guess whose performance was the most bet on in WNBA history? Caitlin Clark's. Her popularity created an entirely new betting market. Suddenly, people who'd never watched a WNBA game were gambling on her stat lines. And that massive wave of betting opened the door for bad actors with inside info or influence. If someone knew Clark wouldn't be protected physically or would take a hard hit early, they could make a fortune betting her under. That's why the injury reporting piece is so important. The memo admits that injury info has been manipulated or withheld to benefit betting interests. In the WNBA, injury reports were notoriously vague. Players listed as questionable with no explanation. Updates coming minutes before tip-off. And Clark? Multiple times, she was clearly hurt, but her team didn't report it properly. Why hide that? Simple betting lines. If the public knows a star is injured, the odds shift. But if you keep it quiet until the last second, insiders can cash in before the odds change. That's textbook betting manipulation. The memo also mentions using AI to monitor social media and detect suspicious betting behavior. Because believe it or not, a lot of these schemes get exposed online first. People brag. They drop hints. They talk too much. When you connect all that data, betting trends, injury reports, social media chatter, patterns appear. And apparently those patterns were enough to get Congress involved. Adam Silver was reportedly called to testify before lawmakers about all of this, with a deadline set for Halloween. Since then, radio silence. And when a league commissioner suddenly goes quiet before a congressional hearing about corruption, that's not good. That's panic. If Silver goes down, the WNBA could be in serious trouble. He's the one who's kept it alive, securing media deals, convincing NBA owners to invest, and keeping it financially stable. Without him, it falls on Cathy Engelbert, and let's be honest, her handling of the Caitlin Clark situation has been a disaster. She watched her league's biggest star get targeted, attacked, and disrespected game after game, and said nothing. No action, no protection, no leadership. And now, that silence might come back to haunt her. This investigation isn't just about policy changes. It's about criminal exposure. The league itself is admitting there's likely more corruption than they've uncovered. And once investigators start digging into texts, emails, injury logs, and betting slips, people are going to jail. This could easily become basketball's biggest scandal since the Tim Donaghy betting case, only this time multiplied by 10. Because this isn't one referee. This could involve players, coaches, team staff, and league officials, all potentially tied to betting schemes. The memo even acknowledges players being harassed by bettors, something Caitlin Clark knows all too well. She's dealt with death threats, stalkers, and online trolls asking about her injuries before they were public. That's not fandom, that's insider exploitation. The timing of this investigation is no coincidence either. The WNBA season just ended. Everything's fresh. The games, the injuries, the bets. The league are moving fast because they know how bad this looks, and they want to control the story before federal agents step in. Fans have been saying for months that something felt off. The targeting, the officiating, the injuries. Turns out they were right. The NBA finally agrees, and this isn't just a domestic problem. Sports betting is global. If corruption is uncovered here, it's going to ripple across international betting markets. That means global investigations, lawsuits, and diplomatic fallout. This could rewrite how professional basketball operates permanently. And for Caitlin Clark, this might finally bring the truth to light. Why she was targeted, why she wasn't protected, why her injuries were mishandled. She deserves answers and justice for what really happened behind the scenes. Because here's the terrifying truth. If the NBA itself is admitting that what we've seen so far is just the beginning, then the full story is going to be darker, deeper, and far more explosive than anyone can imagine. This isn't just a sports story anymore. This is about integrity, corruption, and whether the games we love are even real.